Good morning, everyone. Good morning. We'd like to get started this morning. It's actually 10 o'clock Hearthstone time. Welcome to the penultimate assembly session for the year 2024. We'll begin our meeting with an invocation by Pastor Leslie. Can you hear me now? Can Pastor Leslie hear me now? There she goes. Thank you.
Good morning. Let us pray. Gracious God, as we prepare for the season of thanksgiving and gratitude, we come before you with hopeful and grateful hearts. You have blessed each one of us here in ways that have changed our lives. We pray for those who are cold, hungry, addicted, lonely, afraid, depressed, or grieving. Give each one the necessary coping skills and sustain them with your strength. We pray for peace in war-torn countries and for our own divided nation. We pray you will be with us as we go about the work of the Hearthstone. Amen.
Thank you for turning out today on this gloomy November day. I think we're going to have an experience during this meeting that will be unparalleled, and I think you'll be able to talk with your family about it for years to come. So we're welcome. Welcome to our November meeting. This is the meeting that I think will have some very exciting events you'll remember for years to come. I'd like to start off by asking for the minutes from Meg Ledlam.
Well, the first historic event of the day is that there are no revisions to the minutes as originally published, so I would ask for your approval of same. All in favor? Any opposed? Thank you.
A brief note concerning the attendance here today. You'll notice that there are two empty chairs. One is for Allison, who is celebrating her birthday today. And the second is for Elaine, our esteemed president, who is rapidly recovering from surgery. And we all, especially me, are hopeful that she'll be back in action soon. The treasurer's report is fairly brief. The current balance is $4,490.79. As a part of that, I'd like to ask Frank Reif to come up and talk about the See's candy sale. As I think you all know, the funds for the our treasury really come up essentially only from the See's candy sale. And so not only are we dependent, but we're very grateful for their efforts. And I'd like to have Frank give us an update of what they've accomplished this year.
Thank you. But turn on. It is on? Okay. And you thought the sale was over. See these? They are now on sale in the gift shop for 50 cents. It's a lollipop. It is a cafe latte lollipop. High-end lollipop. Thank you. All right, quick summary. We sold 202 items, 117 pounds of chocolate, 40 boxes of dark, 26 of milk, 23 tins of mixed nuts. Not bad. But the significant this year, we've been doing this for 4 years, is that we had 25 donations from people who weren't buying candy. They just wanted to make a donation. And they ranged from $3.75, that's somebody rounding up, to a check for $300. So here are the details. In 2021, we raised $2,036. In 22, $2,195. In 23, $2,012. And this year, $2,710. Thank you all for your participation. And remember, you can still get more.
Have a round of applause for Frank and Jean. Thank you. Next on the agenda is the Employee Appreciation Fund. Marnie's going to present this, and then she's going to leave shortly thereafter to resume her nursing duties. Not in an emergent way, but just a regular follow-up.
Good morning. I'm pleased to report that thus far, we have just in excess of $90,000 in our appreciation fund. So we're moving along so that we can make more significant donations to our hourly employees. And so as I thought about how to help some of you understand how meaningful this really is, I've asked John to come and talk about what he has heard from employees in the dining room sphere and what the monies we give them mean to them. So John's going to come and tell you about that.
Thank you, folks. Thank you for allowing me to come up here and take some time and let you know what it is that your gifts truly mean. I made some notes. I'll probably ad lib. I'll fumble through it a little bit, but we'll get through. So thanks for allowing me to come. The privilege, because it is a privilege to come every day and speak to you and see you. You all bring something to our lives. As employees here to the Hearthstone. I can speak firsthand on what the holiday gift brings. For a long time, I was an employee of the Hearthstone. Prior to being a manager, I think I had about 8 years where I always looked forward at Christmas time to receiving a gift. It's not expected, but when it was received, it was truly appreciated. We have all types of employees that work for the Hearthstone, from single mothers to college-age children. They look forward to Christmas time. In my department of dining, when employees come and they're interviewing, they ask me, what about tips? And that's a valid question that the waitstaff would have, because I figure, I don't know, but I would imagine there's 5,000 restaurants in the Seattle area that these high school, college kids, single moms, I don't think I have any single dads, but they're out there, could choose and go work at rather than the Hearthstone. The first question I ask anybody that wants to come work in our dining room is, why do you want to come work at the Hearthstone? Why here? Why? I would look at myself, folks, as a 17-year-old, and I think I might put money first. I'm not a bad person, but let's face it, Seattle's very expensive. It's expensive for you, expensive for them. And to a T, they all tell me about an experience they had in a community, much like the Hearthstone, that affected their lives, that makes them want to come work at the Hearthstone and forego the tips. I think that's a beautiful thing. I do. It's not just a job to these folks. You become family. I have spent 15 Christmases here at the Hearthstone. I'll be going on 16 now with you. I could be with my family, but you are a family here. And I personally couldn't imagine not being here on Christmas with you. It's a beautiful place. From the 1,000 trees that are set up around, there's less trees now. There are, and they're tastefully done. But it's a magical place. I'd like to just, a quote that I have: never doubt that a small group of thoughtful, committed citizens can change the world. Indeed, it's the only thing that really ever has. When you give your gifts, folks, those gifts are given again. It's like the saying of a stone in a pond. It causes a ripple. I don't know what the percentage of our staff is that has family in other countries, maybe 40%. But I know of them getting their gifts and sending that money on to help support their families in other countries. Then there's the people that go buy a pair of shoes or a coffee at their community store. It's a ripple. It doesn't just stay in one place. It's passed on. I personally was fortunate enough to have my grandfather, who came from a small place called Karmøy in Norway on the west coast. And he came to this country with literally just his suitcase on a Cunard Line cruise ship. Went to Alaska, had to leave his wife, had very little. Left his wife, came to America, saved to send for his wife. Every year at Christmas time, my grandfather gave me a check for $1,000. Quite a bit. I was fortunate. So from 1970 until his passing, I believe in 2007, that's quite a significant gift that he gave to me. It's not that I was given $1,000 as a 12-year-old boy, because I would have gone to 7-Eleven and bought 10,000 penny candies, and I would have gone to Dave Town's Woodland Park Zoo. I call it his because that was the closest park to my house growing up, and I would have spent it on the rides that used to be at the zoo, if you remember, a train and a Ferris wheel and all sorts of other goodies. It was put in the bank so I could go to college. And I like to think that his gift affected everybody that I have come in contact with from that point on. There's the saying that someone once said that 100 years from now, nobody's going to remember what I did for a living. I'm okay with that. But if someone can remember something that I did for them, such as a gift, kind word, they tell their kid, I'll live on for 300 years and it doesn't matter what I did because I made a difference. So during this holiday season, please remember those who serve you. One resident once told me the Hearthstone is like a cruise ship that never leaves port. I can remember when I went on my last cruise, I went to Bermuda. It was my first cruise, and at the end, I was going to put down $25. And my girlfriend looked at me and said, are you kidding? You've been on this boat for 7 days. You've had housekeeping come here, make you bunnies and elephants from your towels. You went to a really nice dining room for 7 days, and you're going to leave $25? Wow. I learned really fast. I wasn't going to get out of there leaving that. So your gifts are appreciated. They do make a difference. And in closing, I'd like to just a quote from Denzel Washington. I'm not big, he's not probably going to be known as someone that really shook the fabrics of the world, but I found this to be quite profound. At the end of the day, it's not about what you have or even what you've accomplished. It's about who you have lifted up, who you've made better. It's about what we have given back. So thank you, folks. Appreciate you. Thank you. And all have a blessed day. Thank you.
Thank you very much, John. And remember, you can still give until December 1st. So those of you who give early also can give often. I would like to recognize two guests today. I can't think of them really as guests because they're part of the Hearthstone family. We have representatives of the trustees here today, Lee Kors, who's the chairman, and Harry Edmonds, who's the vice chairman. And they try to make an appearance and sit in on these meetings every month. So we're grateful to have them. I thought just recognize it. They've given some time to be here today. Thank you. We have some management updates from Hallie.
Good morning, everybody. Okay, so a few things. First of all of the $500 gift cards have been distributed to the floors in the buildings, the chairs. So as a reminder, make sure you're sending me any receipts for what you purchase. And I will also send an email out to all the floor and building chairs, but we're not asking you guys to spend that money on anything that we would do internally. So that includes painting, window blinds. It's very generous of the floors to offer to contribute that $500 towards that, but we plan to do that as a big whole project at once so that all the common areas will match. We've had a lot of requests about the maintenance schedule, the preventative maintenance schedule. We've redone it several times. So I think we're at our final point. It's in Touchtown. For reference, this is what it looks like. It's the smallest I could make it. I will break it down by building and also allow you guys to view it that way. And at that point, I'll put one on each floor and in each building. Again, also in Touchtown. Thermostat guides. So Cove thermostats are very complex. We know this. We have come to find out in digging in history, released 5 versions of the thermostat guide, none of which have been sufficient enough. So 2 of those versions you will now find in Touchtown. One is a simplified 1-pager. The other one is the actual Mitsubishi guide that's about, 20 pages maybe. So both are in there. However, we hear you, and Tim and I have agreed to do a video. So I will record someone as they walk through the steps on the thermostat. That video will then be uploaded to Touchtown so that you guys can watch it anytime you want. Hopefully that will fix it. All right, and real quick, I do want to give a round of applause to maintenance. They have done a lot. They've heard you as far as security goes, as far as lights go. We redid these lights out here on the rail, which I think look wonderful. You'll see at Christmas time that they change colors, so we're pretty excited about that. So anyways, I just want to point out that the maintenance has a lot on their plate, and they are really trying hard. So thank you to the maintenance team for everything you guys do. Also a shout out to Miss Ariana, who rolled out the first new resident, she's in the back looking at me like, what are you doing? The first new resident orientation was rolled out this last month. So it was a great opportunity for us to sit down with any residents that had moved in the last couple months. We got great feedback on how to enhance that program, and we look forward to really running with that and implementing some of those changes to make sure that when a new resident moves in, they're well acquainted with the community as a whole. So thank you, Ariana. Safety series. Thank you, everybody who has been participating in that. We think that that is one of the most important things here. It's something that we've been wanting to focus on for a long time. This month, we did fire safety. So that whole PowerPoint, we're waiting on a couple more pictures for descriptions. You'll see John featured in one of them, but we'll post that to Touchtown as well. And then as soon as that recording is available, you can see it from beginning to end, and we'll incorporate that PowerPoint in there as well. This next one in December is going to be on emergency documentation. So what I'd like to go over is what should be on the back of your doors. We want to make sure that if you have a DNR, if you have a pulse, your face sheet is updated, emergency contact. In doing that, I'll be releasing a lot of forms to everybody to fill out so that we can make sure that's also updated on our files. But that will be the primary focus next month. So more information to come. Last but not least, We are working on deciding a day for the tree lighting. So once we get that finalized, we will announce that out. We are hopeful that 2 of our residents will sing for you at that event, and more information to come. Thank you, everybody.
From the perspective of the leadership of the residents, I would just point out that there's a lot of work that goes on here every day that we don't see. It's done on our behalf, and I think there are lots of challenges, but I think in general we have a very active and positive, supportive management team. So thank you to Hallie and Reggie and all the other folks who are working for us. We'll start off with the resident council business with Terry Pointer for the dining committee. Oh, I'm sorry. It's okay. Are you hungry? Come on up. Nice try.
So this month, I'm going to focus on 3 things. Good, better, best. Okay? So the good. Again, you as residents have been heard, and the question is always, how do I know if somebody's in my apartment doing work? Okay, so we have these beautiful hang tags that you should start seeing. If somebody is actively in your room, it's going to say, be on the side. And if they have been in your room and have left, it'll be on this side. These are reusable. So if one is on your door, if you could return it either to the front desk, to me, to anybody, and we will continue to reuse them. Okay, that's good. Be patient. It's a culture change for the team. And let's encourage my team to use these. Better. This is related to grounds. So Brightview, very last day is November 29th. They are finishing up some things. And concurrently, we are onboarding our new grounds person. And you all know by now that that's Roger. Roger has gracefully, thank you, Roger has gracefully accepted that role, knowing that, one, he's going to be helping me build basically a department. And for right now, he's going to be a one-man show. So first thing we did was we put together what I'm going to call best practices. What are the standards we want within this community? What do we want it to look like? How do we want it to feel? Things like that. So when you walk up to our buildings, this front door image should be impeccable. Okay, that's our goal. Roger officially started on Monday, and the first few days, it's been pretty much all onboarding, what we call onboarding. And that's ensuring that he has all the safety tools available to him so that he can operate safely. So that's a lot of safety type videos, trainings, things like that. And you should already notice him around the building because his primary focus right out of the gate and one of the primary duties when he comes on shift is addressing all the exterior areas, our entries, things like that. So when you see Roger, welcome him. He's a long-term employee, and we're going to ensure that he's very successful in this new role. Okay. And best. Oh, where is Frank? Frank. I'm going to tell you in front of everybody again, thank you. Frank put in front of us an opportunity for a grant, and it was totally unexpected. And Reggie said, can we do this, basically? Can we write this? Can we get it done in time? We had about a week to do this, maybe 10 days. And yesterday was the submission date. We were able to put our application in. It's been received. The application is for up to $100,000, and it's primarily for energy efficiencies. And this is right up our alley because one of the big key things, and we have a lot of things we need to do to get there, but we're right in the middle of working on the clean building standard for this community, and that's required by the state of Washington. We've already went through phase 1, which costs money. We are now positioned to go into phase 2, which is going to cost about $100,000. So it'd be very nice to use that money for that as opposed to using our capital funds and things like that. So we're looking at ways that we could reduce our footprint, we'll call it carbon footprint, reduce our energy usage for electricity, for gas, new equipment, and things like that. So Frank, thank you. And I'm going to hold you to your promise yesterday that you're going to find us more opportunities. Okay? So thank you. That's all I got. Good, better, best. The question was, who is the money coming from? Okay. It is U.S. Department of Energy. Yes, U.S. Department of Energy. Okay. You're welcome.
Now we'll move on to the resident council business. Terry Pointer, do you have a report from the dining committee?
A little bit here. Good morning. First, I want to start out with the Happy Kiosk results, as usual. In October, it was basically 85 to 86% on the Happy Kiosk. Can you hear me now? Okay. But it would have been 88%, but we were still receiving a few non-dining room related comments. And such as, again, the ongoing concerns about the elevators. Now, we want to say we appreciate that when you share those comments, it may be very therapeutic, but the dining committee is not able to help you to resolve that. So, but seriously, we really do appreciate all the comments. Year to date, we have had 2,300 comments. And John says, keep them coming. Chef Eric also uses these to determine which of the menu items he wants to retain, but also that would be removed for your future meal rotations. And as you all may have seen that we are now listing some of the holiday meal schedules. And so on Thanksgiving and Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, and New Year's Day, there will be a lovely buffet midday dinner. And then in the evenings, there will only be a boxed dinner. For New Year's Eve, there will be a midday, sort of a regular meal service, like a birthday dinner. And then in the evenings, there will be an evening boxed dinner. And this will allow our staff to be able to have some time to spend the holidays with their families, too. So as far as some new things, as you may know, residents are really now enjoying the bistro dinners, and we invite you to all come over to Covey's to participate on that. And then, let's see, there's also a lot of positive comments about fish meal preparations. Everybody's really been enjoying this and the quality of those. The right side menu will be having an update in its rotation in about a month, and it'll be transferring to more of a winter menu. And let's see, I just want to say that if any residents also have questions about any of the ingredients, the major ingredients that are in some of the dishes, that you can ask your servers. They will give you that information. And so I'm saying let's all enjoy our upcoming holiday dinners. they should be really great, and keep the comments coming. And I do want to say that we all want to say how much we appreciate our dining staff. They work very, very hard to assure that we have a wonderful dining experience and to constantly improve the quality of those services. Thank you.
I don't see Sharon Doyle here today, so I think we'll skip her presentation. On to the gift shop, and Sylvia Pugh.
Today, we're going to do something different. I meant to, I forgot. Sorry. Today, we're going to do something different. And we're going to bring the gift shop to you right here in River City. So let me get this mic off here. And I think if the gals that work there are going to be, I think they're getting organized. Okay, we'll start here with Madeline. She's in loungewear that is cozy. Be sure you go so they get both lounge pants and a cozy lounge top that you can wear in the morning and keep warm. And here comes Marion in an elegant fur vest. And she has some other goodies. I don't know if you can see her fanny pack on her. Just a minute, Marion. I don't know if you can see that, but it's a fanny pack that we strapped to it rather than, it didn't go with her outfit, that has a light on it. And so when she walks back down the other aisle, you can see that. And then these are our new water bottles that are, just a minute here. They're a little more expensive, but they're the best, the top of the line. They keep cold water up to 30 hours and hot water up to 12 hours. And they keep ice frozen for up to 2 days. And they're stainless steel, free of BPA. And let's see here. There's a bunch of other stuff there that they do. Hand wash, though. And it has a straw type of top that you can pull up and use. And besides all that, it's a designer or an artist design on all of them. The one Marion's holding up is Laurel Branch's Cats. And I think, you want to hold up another one, Marion? I think we have the sun, or this is the wave. I forgot which designer it is. And then she also has the sunflower too, which is by, what is it, Van Gogh? And there's some others. So, thank you, Marion. How much are they? $29. And here comes Liz. She's in an elegant jacket of Tersel. It's from a botanical line called Powder, and actually comes from the UK. And she has a necklace and a purse from the shop too. And it has a really cute back on it. It makes it kind of fun and different. And here comes Phyllis. And she's in a bright jacket for the season and a print blouse that goes with it. And she has some of our top line jewelry on that is from Lightworks, and it's specially made. There's a little brochure that tells about it that you can read in the shop. It's done somehow through something the astronauts have done. And here comes Terry. Terry's in a new top from Kaleidoscope that has been popular, and some jewelry from the shop, and a purse. And this comes in another color, too, a couple other colors. And here comes Chris, or Jean. Sorry about that, Jean. We've talked about it, though. She's in a shawl type drape that you can drape different ways around a dress or whatever. And she's got some jewelry on from this also special line of Lightworks. And she's got the Laurel Branches dogs water bottle. And she's got a new little bag purse that is something that you could take to the dining room and put little things in, like food. And so it that's some of the things that are in the shop. Thank you, June. And here comes Kristen. She's helping out. She has a jumpsuit from the shop on and a fur jacket. And so show them, the jumpsuit type thing, and her earrings from the shop. Yes. And here comes our leopard in a hooded blanket. Perfect to cozy up in, either alone or with your friend. And this is a hooded blanket that you want to growl? Oh, anyhow. Yeah. Does anybody know who it is? Oh. Anyhow, we thought that it does come in a couple other prints than leopard, but that wasn't right. So, okay, well, I think with that, we actually have one more, but he's on the program next. So he can, you want?
Why don't you introduce him as the model and then we'll bring him forward as a model.
What?
Just bring him forward as a model.
Oh, okay. Is Don ready? Yeah, come on, Don. I didn't realize you were back there. Sorry. He's wearing a jacket from the shop. And it's fuzzy inside, so it's cozy. And you got to show him your hat. And we do have those, are new in the shop, the hat. We have the ones that come over the head too. And we have the fanny packs that have lights on it too. So if you're out with your dog or out walking at night, come get one. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
You can tell all your friends that you went to an assembly meeting and the style show broke out. So here we are. Thanks, Sylvia, and thanks to everybody who was the models for our show. Thank you.
Now we will go seamlessly into movies. So I want to tell you something. I've been wearing this for about a half hour. I want to tell you, this winter, if you get this, you will be warm. And of course, for those of you who walk around the lake, I mean, this is perfect, right? In the rain, whatever. Is it on? Okay. Shoo. So, next month is December. December is Christmas season. So, what is the movie committee cooking up for this? I'm about to tell you. Okay. Well, we've decided that given the current situation in our country, in our world, we're going to keep it light. Okay, so here we go. For December movies, we are going to do all 4 of the Saturday nights, and we will start with Miracle on 34th Street on the 7th, followed by, on the 14th, It's a Wonderful Life. On December 21st, as we get closer to Christmas, the more laughs we are trying to provide for you. On the 21st is Scrooged. Okay, I don't need to tell you what that's about. And on the 28th, Home Alone. So we have one Tuesday night during the month of December that we will be showing a film, and that is New Year's Eve. And we will be showing When Harry Met Sally. Also, on Wednesday, December 18th, in the Cove, in the bridge, Cove West, we will be showing Grand Canyon. So that's it. We hope that your holiday season is blessed and that it's full of movies.
Thank you. Okay, moving on to the floor and chair reports. We'll start with the 10th floor.
So we're going to ask all able-bodied reps to come up to the mic if they can. Otherwise, raise your hand and I'll bring it to you.
Not sure how able-bodied I am, but here I am. Okay. I guess this was answered because we were thinking of the $500 maybe going to painting a wall, which there is a precedent for, but we'll not deal with that right now. We haven't decided what to do with our $500 yet. I think George brought these in, that there's been some concern about the cost of haircuts in the salon, $70 plus a tip. And so
there's been some discussion about, I know it's expensive to get your hair cut anywhere, but, and that's why I'm letting mine grow. At any rate, you can, maybe we look at when that contract with, I think it's Paul Mitchell, gets renegotiated, that maybe residents might be involved in that. And we're missing Yuri on our floor. She's moved down to 330 on assisted living, but we miss her. She's been my neighbor there for 6 years. And the Catons unit also is being worked on. And one thing that Georgia also said has been commented is that it's helpful for residents to know when someone's moving in. We don't have to know who they are. It just helps us to know, because sometimes there's a lot of activity going in and out, but it helps to know that on a certain general timeline, we'll know who's coming, or that they're moving in anyway. Thanks.
Regarding the salon, my understanding is that it's a contract that's let every year, or reviewed annually, that the prices have been set and there's been no change or increase in price. I guess the question is whether or not additional service was provided, but there's been no increase in fees. They're all posted down there. We can talk more about that if you like, but everything has been the same. It's all been posted.
Prices were raised, I think like September 1st possibly, because I noticed the price difference when Nick used it. And there was no notice to anybody, the residents, that their prices were going up. So they did go up, I think September 1st it was. August it was one price, September went up.
Gene, 9th floor.
Thank you. The 9th floor, it's doing pretty well. We are having, the floor doesn't know this yet, but we're treating for a little fun Thanksgiving treat on Monday at our meeting, so I hope you all show up. And we're also having a guest speaker, and that will be Laura Saunders, who is now president of WACRA. And we just think it's kind of good to find out what's going on with that and what that can do for our residents here at the Hearthstone. Otherwise, we're pretty stable as far as apartments, and we still have a couple of vacancies, but that's okay. So that's it. Thanks. Yeah, Julia. What is WACRA? Oh, WACRA is the Washington Association of Continuing Care.
Residents Association.
Something. What? Retirement communities. So it's an entire state of kind of a advisory. Is it advisory more? Because I don't know. Pardon me? Yeah, special interest group. So it's good for us to know what they do and how that affects us. So we'll do that on Monday at our meeting. Thank you.
Liz, from 8.
In October, 8th floor had a really fun day with Lon. Am I getting there? With Lon from Resident Engagement. She came and helped us make a fall decoration, involved everybody. It was just lots of fun. And her comment was, I'd be glad to do this for anybody. So I'm passing that message on to you, those of you that want a little help with something special. So we also had gingerbread and lemon sauce for dessert, and that was really good. And that came from our kitchen. So we have new residents, Marilou and Neil Warren, and we're delighted to have them. And I think a lot of you have met them. They've been coming to the dining room and socializing. And then unfortunately, we're saying goodbye to the Morettis, who are moving down to assisted living. And I just want to put in a plug for the Tuesday, Thursday morning exercise class at 9:30. Scott is great. Scott, Steve, I think Scott. Anyway, he's really good and it's really worth coming. And if you don't think you can keep up, that's okay. He's very understanding. So I would really encourage you to try out a new class.
For clarification, his name is Chris. Yes.
Not much to report from the 7th floor. We're happy. We have, I think, 3 vacancies, one of which is will be filled in the spring. Okay, so we're all happy on the 7th floor. We have 3 vacancies which will be filled, one which will be filled in the spring. But on another note, several of us on the 7th floor will get together next week to organize the Christmas cards in the hobby room. And there'll be a big sale, 50 cents a card. So after next Friday, come down and you can, get some really nice cards, and that money goes into our treasury. So there's also other cards, and we'll restock those. Thank you. The hobby room.
6th floor? 6th floor? Anybody here? Okay. 5th floor.
Thank you. I am hobbling around right now. I just found out this morning from another resident on another floor that they are vacating Lil Runyon's apartment. And that's kind of been a long time coming. So I guess they're moving everything out tomorrow? Yeah, okay. And other than that, we will then have 3 apartments vacant. Yes, 3. And they're working on a deluxe studio that is vacant right now, but probably just in preparation to get it ready for when someone may want it. But we have Laura Saunders coming to speak to our 5th floor meeting also next week. And I think I talked to her over dinner just last week, and I think it'll be very, very interesting to hear what all she has to say.
The 4th, the 4th and 3rd floor welcomed Bunny Harold. That's her real name. It's Bunny Harold, and she came to us after being in the health center. And Yuri Sunbury came to visit us, or to live with us. And the Morettis are moving into memory care because there's no other apartment suitable for them. And I think they're in the process of moving in now. And that's it.
Thank you. Is Denise here for Cove West Penny? Okay, Cove East, excuse me. Cove West, Alice, or her representative.
Alice is under the weather today, so I'm her replacement. We are having a pie a la mode party tonight for our happy hour, and we have a food drive going on for the food bank. And we have already loaded up about 4 or 5 boxes, so we're on our way. Thank you.
I would like to give one clarification for the minutes, please. So just so everyone is aware, the salon menu is posted outside the salon in several places as well as inside. When you get any type of service from them, you do have to sign for it. So you should know the prices up front. A haircut is $48. Haircut, style, and shampoo is $70. So please review the prices first. Thank you.
Hearing no other business, well, I'll take a motion to adjourn. So moved. A second? We stand adjourned. Thank you.